You see the upcoming schedule here for the Twins. They leave home after this game. They travel out to California to take on the Oakland A's. Then after a 3-game series with the A's, they travel up north to take on these same Seattle Mariners in Seattle. Leading off for the Mariners is Ichiro, batting .236 with 2 homers and 4 RBIs. This is Pascual's 4th start of the year. He's 1-0 with a 3.86 ERA. And here's the pitch to Ichiro. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Pascual strikes him out to start this game off. 1 down. And Harold Reynolds grabs a bat and comes to the plate, batting .189 with no homers and an RBI. And that's going to be a back-to-back strikeouts. Pascual starting this game off. Starting to try to make everybody think of Lyndon Ronstadt because he's throwing nothing but blue bayous. Can he strike out the side? Rodriguez is up batting .188 with 2 homers and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Rodriguez walks on down the first with 2 outs, and Griffey comes to the plate. And Griffey Jr. is batting .194. Does have 5 homers and 14 RBIs, though. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Pascual's up with it. Fires over the first. And that'll end the top of the first. Seattle strands 1. It's Seattle nothing. The Twins coming to bat with Knobloch, Carew, and Puckett. And Knobloch off to a slow start, only hitting .161 with 2 homers and 8 RBIs. Jamie Moyer's making his 4th start of the year. He's 1-1 with a 3.2 ERA. And there's rumors Knobloch might be benched and put Carew at second and bring Justin Morneau in to play first. So see if old Knobloch can start hitting here. And that's going to be a ground ball down to his counterpart Reynolds at second. And that'll be out number 1. Now Rod Carew grabs the bat and comes up batting .280. He's got 2 homers and 7 RBIs. And that's going to be a 61 against the lefty. 18, and that's going to be a nice play down there at short by Rodriguez. He's made quite a few nice plays in this series. Takes a base hit away from Carew. Now there's 2 outs, nobody on for Puckett. Puckett batting .254, 2 homers and 11 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit the other way. So what a nice play by Rodriguez. Now there's only 1 on instead of maybe 2, and now there's 2 outs. Killebrew's up, only hitting .200, but he does have 6 homers and 11 RBIs. He's tied with the lead with those 6 homers in the American League. And that's a deep fly ball out to Griffey, but he's got room out there. And that'll end the inning. Puckett gets stranded at first. We get to the top of the second, still no score, with Martinez, Abaez, and Davis due up. And Martinez is batting .214. He does have 2 homers and 7 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Zorro at short. He fires over the Carew, and there's 1 down. Arul Ibanez comes to the plate. He's off to a great start this year, batting .433. He has 3 homers and 6 RBI. And that's going to be against the righty. And he's got himself another base hit. So while Rule keeps the good hitting going, he's down at first with a 1-out single. And Mr. Alvin Davis, he's batting .194, is at the plate. No homers and no RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball back to them. Wait a second here. Let's see, 24 and a 2. That's going to be a 1-6 put out. He spins, throws him out at second. Now Davis is at first. And 2 out for Mr. Wilson, who's only batting 129 with no homers and 4 RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes out Wilson. And the Mariners strand one. To the bottom of the second we go. We got Killebrew due up. Hyson due up, followed by Hunter, the 2 H's, and Beatty. And the first H, Larry. Hyso was batting 114, no homers and 2 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Davis. He'll take it himself for out number 1. And now we got Torrey Hunter up. And Torrey's batting 129 with 2 homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be a double in the right field. He goes the other way with 1 out. And now the Twins got a runner in scoring position. Try to break this 0-0 tie. And Earl Beatty's the man at the plate. Beatty's only batting 136, no homers and 1 RBI. That's going to be a swing and a miss, big strikeout for Moyer. Now there's 2 down, and it's going to be up to Vercel to get the job done. And he's batting .308 on the year, having a nice year so far with no homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be 55 and a 3. 3. That'll be fielding column 3. And that'll be a ground ball down the first. Davis is up with it. Tosses it over to Jamie covering. And the Twins strand one. To the top of the third we go. Still no score. You got Moyer due up, and then the order turns over to Ichiro and Harold Reynolds. And Jamie Moyer, he is batting 167 on the year. No homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Pascual's 4th strikeout of the game. Back to the top of the order here. And Suzuki was a strikeout victim his first time up. And that's going to be strikeout number 2 for Ichiro. And Pascual's got his number now, 5 strikeouts. Can he strike the side out in Harold Reynolds? Like I say, he's making some of them stand there by the side of the road like that house, just watching everything go by. Reynolds struck out his first time up, and not this time. That's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Hyso makes the catch, and that's a 1-2-3 top of the third. To the bottom of the third we go with Pascual due up, followed by Knobloch and Carew. Pascual is batting .286, says he don't need no stinking DH, and he has an RBI. Here's the pitch to Pascual. That's going to be a ground ball down to Alvin at first. 1 down. And we're back to the top of the order in Chuck Knobloch. And he's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be against the lefty on 11. That's going to be a base hit in the center field. We just said you're putting the pressure on Knobloch to do something. Might bench him, and he comes through so far. So he's 1 for 2 now with a single. Standing down there at first. And Rod Carew's at the plate, and they're going to do a little hit and run here. Carew 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be against the lefty. That'll be an 18. 26 and a 62. 62 and an 8 should be fielding column 3, I would think. Nope, that's fielding column 1. It's barely fielding column 2. So, and that'll be hit down the second. Reynolds only played with the runner running. Is over to first, so Knobloch will get in scoring position with 2 outs for Puckett. Can Puckett drive in the go-ahead run here in this 0-0 tie? Puckett singled his first time up, and that's going to be against the lefty, a 10 and a 7, and that will be a single into left field. Let's see here. Baez has got a good arm. Not a great arm, but a good arm. And that's going to be a 5. And a 5. That's going to be a 31 minus a 30. And who's up next? Killebrew's up next. That's a 50-50 chance. They're going to send him. They're going to send him with 2 outs. 50-50 chance of 19. So that'll be a 41 or lower. He's safe. And he's in there. So that's an RBI single by Puckett. And the Twins take a 1-0 lead. Now you got a runner down at first. And 2 outs for Killebrew. And Killebrew is 0 for 1. Did I look at that right? Let's see. Oh, it would have been a lot easier. I looked at the wrong board. Yeah, it would have been a lot easier. It wouldn't have been no decision. But he scored anyway. So now you got a runner down at first. And Puckett's up. He's 0 for 1. And that's going to be against the lefty. And 11. And that's going to be 11. It's going to be popped up down the third. Martinez makes the catch. And that'll end the inning. But the RBI single by Puckett makes it 1-0 Minnesota. We go to the top of the 4th. You got the big boys due up here. Rodriguez, Griffey, and Martinez. Alex, he walked his first time up. And that's going to be against the righty in 18. And that's going to be a single in the center field. So Alex starts the inning off with a leadoff single. He's down at first for Griffey. And Griffey is 0 for 1, grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Pascual with a big strikeout there for out number 1, his 6th of the game. He's racking them up, folks. Like I say, he's looking like Linda Ronstadt. He's throwing blue bayous. And Martinez is up now, 0 for 1, grounded out his first time up. But Martinez gets a hold of this one, trying to tie this game back up. And that's going to be a single. In the left field. And Alex will hold up at second. So now you got first and second, and Baez up. Tying run down at second. Go ahead, run at first. And Baez is 1 for 1, singled back in the second. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. And I'll have to roll another dice. A 5. That'll be a 43. 22. He's going to stay put. A single will score him anyway. So that's a fly ball out to right field. 2 down now. And can Pascual get out of this with nobody scoring? And Alvin's up. And Alvin Davis, he grounded into a force play his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. And now the Mariners got the bases loaded. Mr. Wilson at the plate. Everywhere you look, there's ducks on the pond. Rodriguez at third, Martinez at second, Davis at first, Wilson at the plate. He's 0 for 1. He was a strikeout victim his first time up. Can Pascual get out of this and keep a 1-0 lead? Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Pascual racks up his 7th and most important strikeout of the game. And it's still 1-0 as they lead the bases loaded. Seattle does. To the bottom of the 4th we go. And you got Heisel, Hunter, the H's, followed by Beatty due up. Larry's 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball again. This one down to first again and again. Davis will take it himself. Larry might want to hit it somewhere else. Now Torrey Hunter comes up, and Hunter doubled his first time up. He's 1 for 1, and that's going to be the old ground ball down to Reynolds. And 2 up, 2 down here in the 4th. And Earl Beatty comes to the plate. Struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Rodriguez. An easy 1-2-3 inning for Jamie. To the top of the 5th we go. Twins hanging on to a 1-0 lead. And speaking of Jamie, Moyer will lead it off. He'll be followed by Suzuki and Reynolds. Moyer struck out his first time up. And that's going to be another swing and a miss for Jamie. And that is 8 strikeouts by Pascual. Suzuki, he struck out both times. Can he get the hat trick? See the team comparison. Seattle was 7-10, batting .204 with a .280 on base percentage, slugging .365 with a .644 OPS. Twins are at 500, 8-8, batting .232 with a .302 on base, slugging .402 with a .704 OPS. And here's the pitch to Suzuki, and that's going to be a rare play, a 40 and a 16. And that is going to be a ball 1. So Suzuki's ahead in the count 1-0. And here's the 1-0 pitch. And that's going to be against the righty, a 19. That'll be a fly ball out to Hunter. He makes the catch for out number 2, but at least Suzuki made contact this time. And Harold Reynolds comes to the plate. He's over 2. He gets something going here with 2 outs. And that's going to be a rare play, a 35 and a 36. And that's going to be a 20. That's going to be hit out in front of the plate. A 43 and a 9 should be fielding column 1. And it is. And that's going to be a nice play by Beatty. He fields it cleanly, throws it down the first. And Adams retired the side. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. It's a 1-0 Twins lead. You got Versel's due up, followed by Pascual and Knobloch. And Zorro is 0 for 1 today. And here's the pitch to Versell. And that's going to be against the lefty, a 7. And that's a nice play down there by Martinez at third. Dives, makes the stop, gets up, and throws out Versell by a step. Nice play. A tip of the cap to Edgar Martinez. And there is 1 down, and Pascual's up. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball out in front of the plate, a 52 and an 8. And that's going to be fielding column 52 and an 8. That'll barely be fielding column 1. That's a nice play by Mr. Wilson. He fires down the first to get Pascual. So 2 nice defensive plays to save Jamie. 2 base runners here. So Knobloch's up. He singled and came around to score the only run his last time up in the 3rd. And that's going to be against the lefty in 11. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Rodriguez. Another nice play. 3 outstanding plays. 3 web gems for the 3 outs, folks. All of them could have been hits. Martinez, Wilson, and Rodriguez flashing the leather. See if that pumps them up here. You got Rodriguez, Griffey, and Martinez up. So 2 out of the 3 made great plays in the outfield. In the field is up. Rodriguez is 1 for 1. He has walked and singled his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Pascual shuts him down. And he's up to 9 strikeouts now. Griffey comes up to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He struck out his last time up. And we drop the dice. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Hunter. And now there's quickly 2 down. In the top of the 6th, and Martinez, who made a great play back there in the 5th inning. He is 1 for 2, singled his last time up. And that's going to be against the righty, a 20. And Kirby Puckett makes a running catch, takes a hit away from Edgar. Fairbanks Turnabout's fair play, Kirby says. And now we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's still a 1-0 lead. You got Carew, Puckett, and Killebrew, 2, 3, 4 due up here against Moyer. Carew's grounded out twice. He's 0 for 2. And that's going to be a base on balls. So Carew makes it down the first. And now you got Kirby Puckett up. He is 2 for 2 with 2 singles and an RBI. He's driven in the only run of the game. And that's going to be against the lefty. That'll be a 10. That's going to be a single in the right field. And with nobody out, Carew's going to stop at second. So now Twins making some noise, trying to add some insurance. That Warriors due up fourth, but that is going to get the bullpen up. First and second, they can't let this game get out of hand here. It's a 1-0 game. Killebrew is 0 for 2. He is flown out and popped up. Can he drive in Carew and Puckett? Both of them with great speed on the pads. That's going to be against the lefty in 11. And that's going to be a single in the center field, in the right center field. Right? Nope. It's going to be a single in the left center field as he pulls this ball. Let's see here. It'll be a 55. And I think I think Carew's going to score with no throw here. Yeah, Carew's going to score with no throw. Can Puckett make it down the second? That is the question. Runner on first at 30. And they're going to throw the ball in. Puckett's going to stop at second, but that's an RBI single. And it's now double your fun, double your pleasure, double your lead. It's 2-0. And Larry Heisel comes up now with runners still at first and second. They go out to talk to Moyer. Still nobody out. And Larry's at the plate. If he doesn't get an out here, so it'll be his last batter as Rafael Soriano will be coming in the game. Larry is 0 for 2. He's grounded out to Davis at first both times. And that's going to be a pop-up behind home plate near the screen. Wilson makes the catch, a big out there. Now a ground ball double play could get him out of this mess with only 1 run scoring. Hunter, not the guy you think would hit into a double play with his speed. He's 1 for 2 with a double in the game. Here's the pitch to Torrey. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, a big strikeout by Moyer. And now it'll take a 2-out base hit by Beatty to try to do more damage than this 1 run. If the Mariners can get out of this with 1 run scoring, they got to be happy. Beatty 0 for 2. He is struck out and grounded out. And that's going to be against the lefty, a 16. And it's going to happen. That's going to be popped up down the short. Down the short. And Rodriguez makes the catch. 1 run comes in on the Puckett RBI single. It's 2-0 as we go to the top of the 7th. They keep the game close, give themselves a chance here. Baez, Davis, and Wilson due up. If anybody gets on, we'll have a pitch hitter for Moyer. Rule Baez is 1 for 2 today. And that's going to be a base on balls. You don't want to do that. And that's going to get the bullpen up for the Twins. Got a Baez down at first. Tie and run at the plate. And an Alvin Davis. Davis is 0 for 1. He's grounded into a force play and walked his last time up. And that's going to be hit down the first. And it's going to be a single in the right field as Carew can't get to that ball. And now there's runners on first and second. They're going out to talk to Pascual, who has a 2-0 lead. And Mr. Wilson's 0 for 2. He has struck out both times against Pascual. He needs 1 here. Here's the pitch to Wilson. And that is going to be a ground ball down the short. Can they turn 2? That is the question. And that's exactly what happens. That's down there, the Vescal. He fires over to Knobloch, over to Carew. 6-4, 3 double play. Runner gets down the third, but there's 2 outs now. And that'll be it for Jamie Moyer. He's coming out of the game for a pinch hitter. See who's going to come off the bench here. Tying run still at the plate, though. And it's going to be Kyle Seager. The lefty's coming off the bench here. See if he can do some damage in a 2-0 ball game. Pascual with runners on first and second and 2 outs gets the doctor. Order double play. Now there's a runner at third and 2 outs in a 2-0 game. Can he get out of this with nobody scoring? And Kyle Seager is 0 for 9 on the year. Here's the pitch to Seager. And we drop the dice. Second time in this game. And that'll be a 39. 39. Use the catcher. 61 and a 9. And that'll be fielding column 2. And we'll go to the rare play with a runner on third on a 39. Yeah, on a 39. Runner on third, a 39. A 54 and a 39. And that'll be a 29. And that'll be a, have to roll another dice here. 9, 11, 14, 23, 32, 35, 8. So that'll be fielding column 1. 29. And that's going to be a fly out to right field. And that'll end the inning. So fly out to right field. Nice play by Torrey Hunter. Makes a great catch out there. Takes a hit away from Seager. And keeps this a 2-0 game as we go to the 7th inning stretch. So now we need to bring in a pitcher here. And who they got up? You got Russell. And they're probably going to let Pascual try to complete this game. Got out of that mess. It'll be a short hook, though. Let's see here. Righty's coming up. I think Soriano's going to come in the game. Yeah, Raphael's going to come in the game. Try to keep it a 2-0 ball game. He's got the bottom part of the order due up. Versells, Pascual, and Knobloch. Like I say, they're going to let Pascual bat. He's not a bad hitting pitcher to begin with. Plus, like I say, he's pitching a 4-hit shutout. And Versells is 0 for 2, grounded out twice. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Raphael strikes him out. Raphael's 8th game. He is 1-0 with a 3 ERA before that out. And now Pascual's up. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. Can he start something here with 1 out? And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. A 45 and a 3. And that's going to be fielding column 2. And that's going to be an E3. Alvin makes an error. Pascual gets aboard here with a 1 out. See if the Twins can take advantage of the pitcher getting on with an error. Knobloch is 1 for 3. He has singled and scored in this game. Here's the pitch to Chuck. And that's going to be against the righty, a 26. And that's going to be a pop up down the third. And Martinez makes the catch in shallow left field. There's now 2 outs. And Rod Carew comes to the plate. And Carew is 0 for 2. He did walk and come around the score his last time to make it a 2-0 ball game. And that's going to be against a 23. And that's going to be a nice play out in right field by Suzuki to take a hit away from Carew. And the Twins go down 1-2-3. We go to the top of the 8th in a 2-0 ball game. And it'll be the top of the order due up here for the Mariners. Suzuki, Reynolds, and Rodriguez. If anybody gets on base, they'll have, looks like Worthington or Perkins, depending if it's a righty or lefty, coming in the game here in the 8th. And Suzuki is 0 for 3. He is struck out twice and flown out. As 007 and Steve Tate joins us here. Not much, Steve, buddy. And just playing some Apba. And we got a base on balls for Suzuki. So that's going to be it for Pascual. And let's see here. You got the switch hitter coming up. Then on a righty and then on a lefty. So Perkins is going to come in the game. Glenn Perkins, the lefty, is going to come in the game here in the 8th. Trying to keep this a 2-0 game and set up Nathan for the 9th. Pascual goes 7 plus the runner on first is his responsibility, so he can't lose it. The Tyne runs at the plate and Reynolds. Let's get Perkins in the game. And where's Mr. Glenn at? There's Glenn. See if he can get through this 8th inning with nobody scoring. And Harold Reynolds, he is 0 for 3. He is struck out, flown out, and grounded out. They take a ground ball here, try to get a double play. A lot of speed there. Down if they can turn it, but we'll give it a try, they say. And that's going to be against Perkins, the lefty. This is his 7th appearance. No record with a 2.45 ERA. That'll be a 19 and a 9. And that's going to be a single. And all of a sudden now, the Tyne runs down at first. Go ahead, runs at the plate. Nobody out. This is not who you want up if you're a Twins fan. First and second, and Alex Rodriguez, with one swing of the bat here, could give these Seattle Mariners the lead. See, he is 1 for 2. He's walked, singled, and struck out his last time up. That's going to be against the lefty, 15 and a 9. And that's going to be a single in the 3rd. And Killebrew knocks it down, but that's going to fill the bases, folks. That fills the bases up. Still nobody out. And now Griffey's up. Bases full. They'll play back for the double play. Try to get 2 here. They'll give up the 1 run. Griffey is 0 for 3. He is grounded out, struck out, and flown out. Here's the pitch to Griffey. And that's going to be a 2-0 count as he falls behind on Griffey. 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. Hunter and Suzuki with his awesome speed probably score easily. 61 and a 3. And that'll be fielding column 2 out in right field. And that'll be a 58. Like I say, he'll score easily. So there'll be no throw at the plate. The question is, can Reynolds tag up and put the pressure on him getting down the 3rd? And I think he's going to get down there with no throw also with his great speed. Yep, so he'll get down the 3rd. And Rodriguez will stay at first. So that's a sacrifice fly. Griffey gets both runners advanced and makes it a 1-run game. And now you got 1st and 3rd and only 1 out. That is going to force them to bring the infield in. Can't let the Tyne run score. Perkins is still out there. You got the two lefties coming up after Martinez. And the question is, do you walk Martinez and pitch to Ibanez? But Raul is hitting the cover off the ball. He's batting .438. Martinez is only hitting .220. They're going to pitch to Martinez. First and third to bring the infield in. Martinez is 1 for 3. Here's the pitch to Edgar. And that ball is high. They should have walked him. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. Perkins blows the lead, folks. And it is a 4-2 ball game as Edgar Martinez is kiss it goodbye. He hits a base clearing homer. And now the Twins trail by 2, and Ibanez up, and he's going to stay in. They're going to keep him in for his defense. And a rule now, 1 for 2. He walked his last time up, and that's going to be popped up. Nope, that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Killebrew's got it, and that might have ended the inning. That could have been maybe a double play ball, but we'll never know. Now there's 2 outs. And Alvin's up. He's 1 for 2. He's walked and singled his last 2 times up. And that's going to be against the lefty. That's going to be a 55. That'll be a 27. That's going to be a ground ball down the knob block. That'll end the inning. But the 3-run homer does them in, folks. They score 4, take a 4-2 lead. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Raphael will stay out on the mound here, try to get through this 8th inning, and JJ's warming up in the pen to have Schuler come in if they need to. You got the big boys due up here, though. You got Puckett, Killebrew, and Heisel due up. So Kirby's a perfect 3 for 3 with an RBI as Ken Castro joins us here. And here's the pitch to Kirby. Can he keep up his perfect game and get on base here? Nope, that's a ground ball down to Reynolds over to first for out number 1. And Killebrew comes up now. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI in this game. Singled and drove in a run his last time. And Raphael's on fire. He strikes out Killebrew, and there's quickly 2 outs here in the 8th. And Larry Heisel, he's over 3. He is grounded out and popped up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Griffey makes the running catch into the gap in left field. And that'll be a 1-2-3-8 to the top of the 9th we go. And Mr. Perkins isn't pitching the 9th, I can tell you that. Let's see who's going to come out. Worthington's going to come out of the bullpen and pitch. So Perkins gives up the lead. And now Worthington comes in the game for the Twins. He'll try to keep it a 2-run deficit, which once was a 2-run lead. So Worthington comes in the game, and this will be his 5th appearance of the year. He's 0-2 with a 4.76 ERA. He'll be facing Wilson, a pitch hitter for Raphael. And then Suzuki. Wilson's 0 for 3 today. Struck out twice and grounded into a double play. And that's going to be a rare play. 38 and a 33. 38 and a 33. That's going to be hit out to right field. Torrey Hunter's out there. And a 53 and a 3. And that's still column number 1. And that's going to be a fly ball. Hunter makes a nice catch near the line. Takes a hit away, maybe a double from Wilson. There's 1 out of a pitch hitter here for Soriano. Let's see who's going to come off the bench against the righty. They used their only lefty. And Mr. Jay Buhner's going to come out and see if he can launch one here. Go with some power here. See if they can get a cheap homer here. Increase this lead, make it a little more comfortable. So Jay's coming off the bench. And Jay is batting .400 on the year. He's got a homer and 1 RBI. Here's the pitch to him. And that ball is hit high. Ball is hit far. Where is that ball going to land at? And that ball is hit deep to right field. Hunter back against the garbage bags. Makes the catch and robs Jay of a double probably. Nice job by Torrey. And Buhner's out of there. Now Suzuki comes to the plate. And it's definitely going to be JJ coming in the game. No doubt about that. And now Suzuki comes to the plate. He's 0 for 3. He did walk his last time up and came around the score. Here's the pitch to Suzuki. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Worthington strikes him out. That retires the side in order in the top of the ninth. We go to the bottom of the ninth and a 4-2 Seattle lead. And JJ's going to come in here and try to get, I think, his 5th save. We'll find out here. And they need a new pitcher here. So JJ's coming out of the bullpen. And this is his 7th appearance. He's actually going for save number 6. He's got 5 saves on the year with a 4.26 ERA. He's got Hunter, Beatty, and Versells due up here. And do we want a pitch hit here for Torrey Hunter? That is the question. We can either go with Oliva or Bostock. Let's see who we're going to go with here. You got to get a runner on here. So we'll have a pitch hitter here for Hunter, who's only batting 147. So do we want Oliva or Bostock? That is the question. Tony Oliva is going to come off the bench here. So Oliva is going to come off the bench to pitch hit for Hunter. And Tony's batting .278 with 3 homers and 5 RBIs. Here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a ground ball. Nope, that could be a swing and a miss. Nope, that's a ground ball down the second. Reynolds fields it cleanly. Throws over to Davis. And there's one down. And Earl comes to the plate. Beatty is 0 for 3 today. Can he get something going here with 1 out? They need a base runner to get the tying run to the plate. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. JJ's 1 out away from putting the kibosh of this game. And let's see here. We'll probably have a pitch hitter for Versells. Let's see here. And Jorge's going to come out. He's going to pitch hit for Versells. And if they can tie this game up, he'll stay in the game and play short. So Jorge's coming off the bench. And he'll bat from the left side. You know what? We're not. We are going to let Versells bat. Yeah, we are. We're going to let him bat. Changed our mind. Zorro's going to bat. He's 0 for 3. He did strike out his last time. Down to the last out. They got faith in old Zorro. He's 0 for 3, though. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. Should have pitched it. Second guess myself. And that's your ball game. And the Mariners come back and win this game and take the series 3 games to 1. Take a look here at the box score.